Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Biar mo na ultimo komentaryo uno. Keep watching Transit TV and stay more for premium content. Otra vez, adios.
Now, if it was a club that had a good sense of PR, just like SMO mentioned, that should have been a topic of the town within the Port Harcourt city, within the Port Harcourt metropolis. At least there are so many billboards. You could have just put up the picture of Finidi and then, give a caption for it.
Yeah. We have a Finidi judge, University United coach. They are unbeaten so far in the league. They are currently top of the table. I don't know if you have followed that. Did you have any question for Victor? Victor is
yes.
And he covered their game last weekend. So I don't know if you have any.
Yeah, I have a few questions. Actually, 2-3 questions that I'd like both of Victor and Samoa to address. One of them being the mention of Finidi George. I've noticed an influx of well-established names in Nigerian football, the likes of Finidi George and the likes of even Ahmed Musa coming back to play, Daniel Amokachi coaching, Finidi coaching. Who else?
How many cases in the Heartland?
How many cases in Heartland? Yes. I hear Tijani Babangida is also trying to pick up something there. I've heard of the likes of course, we know of the likes of the lesser known names like Kennedy Boboye and the rest of them that played in those days that are now.
Shehu Muhammad or sorry, whatever came back to his play.
Yes. So I'm wondering the effect that's supposed to really, bring our league into even more light. It's supposed to shine some major light on our league and make it better. And it's also supposed to attract more sponsorship because these guys are well-established names that can easily walk outside the country. They can easily get jobs outside the country. For them to come back, even in these times that things are not going really great economically for Nigeria. Have you guys noticed any difference? I believe that these guys should be able to attract some sponsors, attract some more attention, hold the league management more accountable. So I'd like to know what your opinion is for this guy's coming back. That's my first question. If you don't mind, we can write them down because I don't forget. I have 2 more questions. The next question would be, it's strange, growing up and following Nigerian football over the years, it's always a guarantee that the home team wins. And we know why, because there was a lot of corruption with refereeing and, crowds intimidating referees, which ensured that most of the time the home team would win because the referees wouldn't want to go against the home team. We've had a lot of cases where referees were attacked, opposing teams were attacked. I was surprised to watch Rangers lose right in their backyard to Kano Pillars. 4-0 halftime, and it was raining heavily. The setting was such that, Kano Pillars could have easily been attacked by the crowd, or the referee could have easily been attacked. But they played the game, beat Rangers. It was even the Rangers general manager that was online posting supposed calls that the referee should have made in their favor that they didn't get. I found it quite fascinating and surprising. What has changed in Nigeria that has made it possible for teams to win away at random without any problems? I love that development. If you guys know any reason why that happened, that's my second question. Third question is a trivia one. Like, I see Bendel Insurance. We don't have Bendel State anymore. I thought it would have changed that name to Edo Insurance or Edo United or something like that. Is there any Edo United?
No, there isn't.
It's Bendel Insurance.
So how come they retained?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how come they retained that name Bendel Insurance? Because the name Bendel doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, I will start with the last question. I'll start with Yeah, I'll start with the last question. Bender Insurance is a traditional club in the Nigerian league, and it has its roots with the Edo people. And although we don't have the Bendel State any longer, but the name it just has this connection with the.
So Victor lost his connection. Wow. Sorry.
Okay, so I can go ahead, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying Bender Insurance, the reason why they retain the name is because of the connection they have, the history they have. That's why the name is still retained as Bender Insurance. I don't know.
Yeah, he's there. He's hearing you. Victor is having problem with his internet.
Okay,
So
so
while we're waiting for Victor, what can you say about is there been any impact of the S internationals on the league?
so that's his first question concerning the coaches returning back, and even some players like Ahmed Musa returning back. What I would just say about that is that no matter what, no matter who comes to the league, without good PRO, the league, nobody will hear of the league. He was talking about them bringing lights to the league. The league is already coming to limelight. People are already getting sensitized about the league. People are already getting to know about the league. Although people hearing that this maybe like the elderly ones who don't really use phones, because currently we have the social media journalists who the photo journalists, the video journalists, we have media officers who talk about the league. We have some celebrities also who talk about the league. Celebrities like I don't want to call names,
Yeah.
but they are ambassadors for the sponsor of Remo Stars. They attend the games, so some of Remo Stars game, and they kind of tweet about it, maybe snap pictures and talk about it, and people will get to know about this NPFL. I used to hear about it too. So people really watch live, but our either like our parents, older people who don't do social media, when they hear of Amunike, when they hear of maybe George, they'll be like, oh, okay, he's back to the NPFL. That sense it can bring it to light for people within.
For the other generation, yeah.
Yeah, for the other generation. But if the PRO is bad, if we don't have those journalists who always tweet about it, talk about it, there's some little drama that happen in the NPFL that people luckily get the photos and just put it on, start trending. Those ones that actually bring it to light and not really just the full impact
the good ones.
Because even before those people came to the NPFL, as at last season, people started hearing of NPFL. So it's not really all about them.
So what you're saying, if I understand you, is that it's not really had an impact, but the league on its own has already developed before they came. Obviously, that's what attracted them. So, Victor, the question is, can the league leverage on this? Do you think that those names are still relevant enough to kind of attract both fans to the stadium and maybe sponsorship? I know we spoke about this in our past episode where we talked about how to get sponsorship for the league, but obviously most of the clubs are still sponsored by the government, so who are not really focused on getting sponsorship from private sector. So what can you say about that? Is there any development in that regard?
Well, yes, it's supposed to have a tremendous impact. The likes of Finidi coming back, Amunike coming back, Omokachi coming back, Ahmed Musa coming back. It's supposed to have a tremendous impact. But let me speak from the Finidi standpoint, which I'm very, very close to the system. Now, Finidi, the rumors started coming in that Finidi will be appointed as Rivers United coach. And some days later, we got the confirmation, and then they informed us of a press conference where Finidi will be signed and all that. Now, if it was a club that had a good sense of PR, just like SMO mentioned, that should have been a topic of the town within the Port Harcourt city, within the Port Harcourt metropolis. At least there are so many billboards. You could have just put up the picture of Finidi and then, give a caption for it. But I can tell you categorically that there was no PR done. And I can also tell you for a fact that a lot of persons living in Port Harcourt don't even know that Finidi is the technical manager of Rivers United. So, yeah, it's one thing for them to come back. But if we don't do the PR work needed, I don't think, the league will have a lot of sponsorship and opportunities, that we are expected to get. For instance, you look at the Ahmed Musa returning back to Kano Pillars, Abdullah Ishe also returning back to Kano Pillars. This is supposed to, give that impact, for Kano Pillars itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I'm sure that we can get.
Let me ask you one question, Victor. While you're right there, did you, I believe that one of the reasons why they're not leveraging on these relationships or these individuals that are coming in is because these clubs, like I've said many times, get their sponsorship or their financing from the government. So the administrators don't really need to work to have money to spend. So, but is there any way? Do you think it's possible for, say, a private sector person coming in to send in a proposal and say, "Hey, we want to market this club. We know that the government sponsors them, but have a kind of arrangement where if to bring crowd first of all to the stadium, because I believe that if the stadium starts to get filled up, then it naturally attracts people like MTN and other places, people to come and start sponsoring some of these clubs. So do you think that this government bankrolling these clubs is an issue, that is affecting them from leveraging on these relationships? Ukuri, I see your hand up.
It's not.
Yeah. Just to speak to that before Victor comes in, it's already been done by Enugu Rangers. Amobi is doing this. Amobi got what do they call sponsorship from Afri Invest, right? Sponsoring their jerseys. Despite it being owned by the state government, he was proactive enough to go out and get that sponsorship in place. When he got the sponsorship, the amount of money I don't think was so much. A lot of people were criticizing the amount of money that he got it for. But the fact was that he got that sponsorship, which many other clubs do not have. So I would like to hear what Victor would have to say in answer to that question.
Well, I just wanted to say what he said now. I don't think it's because the government is the problem. In Italy, I'm aware that some clubs are owned by, some of the regional governments, some of the smaller clubs in Italy. Some of the stadiums are owned by in fact, most of the stadiums in Italy are owned by the government, yet they run a proper league. I don't think it's because it's the government that's in charge. I feel it's because of the, people in charge of the club administratively. Just like, just like he pointed out, Enugu Rangers have a very good administrator in the person of Amobi, and he secured a shirt sponsor for
the network is acting up today.
Also for Bende Insurance is the government's own thing. And it also has to do with the interest, the current government, that is concerning government-owned teams, the interest of the on football. Yes, because during the Obaseki and Philip Shaibu, Governor Obaseki and Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu's tenure, Philip Shaibu was once a Bende Insurance player, and he was even a former captain of the team. He has great interest on in football to be specific. And even Governor Obaseki has interest because sometimes he comes to watch, let me say when they were playing CAF, not even as Stars Cup, normal home games of the NPFL, Governor Obaseki comes to watch. That to show how interested he is. And he invests a lot in them that time. That time when people like Imande was around, Tamara, we have about Amas Obasoje before he went to the Ethiopia side now. That time, when they are traveling for away games, they use plane, they fly aircraft, they don't go by road. They give them first class treatment. And Sterling Bank was also a primary
sponsor.
Yes, Sterling Bank was the primary sponsor for the team. And apart that's for the for government. Management also matters a lot. You can have a governor or a government body who is interested in sports, but the management they put in charge of that thing is just for the person's selfish interest, probably person's or something. So it's going to be poor. Their management will be poor. They will not get enough. They will not get what they should get for the team. The team will start falling apart. But what I noticed again is that the teams who really blossom in that aspect is the private owned team. You know why? Private owned team, before they use their own money from their own pockets to fund the team first. Before it will get to an extent that we start attracting outsiders to say, okay, this team looks good. I can invest here as a sponsor. So they will hold it well because you know that it's an investment. The owner will know that this is an investment for me. If I don't do it well, it's going to be like I'm going to have loss. There's no profit for me. It's going to be a loss for me. But you see that government side, whether they put the money they have put it there, it's not their own money, it's the government money. So whatever comes out from it, I'm not concerned.
Exactly. So, that's my point. That's my point.
Yes, it's none of their business. So they will not take it seriously. That's why I said, except the current government is really interested in sport and also interested in profit. Another thing is that Governor Obaseki, another thing I noticed about him is that he never sold tickets. So he's never interested in profits. He never one day, even with the CAF, when they were playing CAF Champions League, they never sold tickets when RS became Aso Clef came. It was free. But go to Remo Stars, go to Ikorodu City, go to Sporting Lagos game. Even as low as NNL, you will pay for tickets. If you are not careful, you will pay a lot for tickets. So that's just the difference between private owned teams and public.
Okay, I think that's enough for that. But I think from what I've gathered is there's opportunity there for people to come in for sponsorship if they wish to. But the administrators of these clubs, regardless of where the funds are coming from, need to do a little bit more in terms of how they run the teams, manage their image out there in the community, and of course, also make some effort to leverage the relationships that they have. Like Victor mentioned right there, if you need the judge after playing for Super Eagles, playing in Europe and coaching Super Eagles again, coming to coach Rivers United should have leveraged that opportunity to kind of make a meal out of it and improve their finances. But let's see. I think it's bit by bit. One thing I know about the league now, the league standard is coming up. We could be asked one question about officiating. Maybe you missed one. That was when you traveled. We missed one of our shows where K get true light on that one, how the standard of officiating has really gone up. And he told us some of the things that they do in the background, and is no longer, referees now are held accountable, because what was happening before was there was no security for these referees. So they used to be scared of home fans. But now, the NFL, NPFL is providing security for them. There's insurance, and they are well paid as well. So everything is being taken care of that makes them to be confident to, make decisions and know that they will be safe. So on that regard, and from what I have seen and heard and read, the teams now, you can see, Rivers United is unbeaten. They played 8 games, which means at least they played at 3 away, and they have not lost any of them. So that tells you that the league, in terms of officiating, is no longer what it used to be before. You must win at home, and when you go away, you keep playing and see what happens. So